Okay. Good morning. I am going to show you guys this new, well, it's not new, but it's something that I do. It's called RPR, Reflexive Performance. Oh, sorry. You can't even see me. Hold on, let me turn the screen off. That screen is fine to be on. Okay, so you're gonna want to use something similar to this, or you can use your finger. You might just not be able to get it as hard as your finger. But this basically awakens all of your senses, and it's really cool. So we're gonna go through some of these and then some reset drills, and we'll be good for the day. First, I want to start off with belly breathing. So I'm going to lift up my shirt just so you can tell whenever I do a belly breath. So just standing here. This is me inhaling through my chest. So when you inhale through your chest, your shoulders go up. Shoulders go up, and yes, that was a deep breath, but I'm only getting into my chest cavity and ribs. When I do a belly breath, I want it to come into here. So you're going to stand here and you're going to go. See, the first thing to expand is this top part of my stomach right here. And then this also just shows you, let me step back, my shoulders aren't moving anymore. So I'm going to teach you a few ways on how to teach yourself how to belly breathe. What you're going to do is you're going to have a seat on the ground. Can you see me? Yes, you can. The first method you can do is just place your stomach. It's easier to learn how to belly breathe on the ground because your shoulders can't move, and when they do, you can automatically feel it. So it's easier to start off on the ground. What you're going to do is lay down, place your hands on your belly, and you're going to breathe in through your nose. And I'm only breathing in through my nose. Another way you can do it is if you pinch your nose, so right where you would put like a breathe strip, if you pinch and pull up, it will open your nose cavities. I'm going to set my hand down to the side just so you can see my stomach expanding first. And the last way you can teach yourself how to belly breathe is if you take your pointer finger, place it on the soft spot of your head, so in the crown area. My tight bun isn't helping, but you're going to place it there, close your eyes, and deep breathe. And when I place it there, I'm holding a little bit of pressure. My knuckles aren't turning white or anything, but I am pressing down on that spot. So obviously my ribs and lungs are still filling up, but you want your stomach to fill and move first, and then your ribs. So What a good breathing technique looks like is you're going to breathe in for 4, out for 6, hold for 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. So I'm going to let you listen to what that sounds like from breathing. So I'm going to breathe in through my nose. It also helps if you have something to elevate your feet right here. So you're going to elevate your feet. Your knees will be 90 degrees. And then you'll breathe in. One more thing we're going to touch on while we're on the ground is the pelvic tilt. So what you'll do, you're going to place your hands on the lower part of your abdomen. You're going to breathe in and tuck. So what the tucking looks like is my lower abs, what people call the V on a guy, is folding under. So my pelvis, my butt bone is actually tucking under. You kind of want to think about making your butt one with your legs. So you don't want your butt sticking out. You want it to be in sync with your legs. So we're here, we're pelvic tilting. We're not pelvic tilting. Now we're pelvic tilting. Release, contract. Release, contract. Release, we're going to do this for 10. Contract. Good, this is 5. 5 more. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? So next I'm going to take you over the RPR. So again, your finger, let me see what time we're at. Okay. Your finger will be totally fine for this. I'm going to use my stick, but I will also demonstrate with my finger. So I got this little stick for Christmas, and it's just called RPR, RU Optimize. You can buy it at www.reflexitiveperformance.com. So you're going to be here. I'm going to go along my chest bone all the way under to the top of my ribs, right here. I do recommend having a shirt on because it moves better. So I'm going to apply pressure with this stick, go all the way down. Then I'm going to trace the right side of my core, right underneath my ribs, all the way to the point, to the tip out here, and back up. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Then I'm going to go to the left. So what this looks like with your finger is you're going to make a fist. You're going to apply your thumb just like this. You're going to take your thumb and rub up. If you have nails, you might want to just make sure you're using the bottom of your thumb. Feels better. And then when you go on the sides of your ribs, you're going to make a cup with your hand and just scrape. And after I do these, the area is a little bit red, but it doesn't hurt. Okay, our next one is our psoas. What you're going to do to find your psoas is you're going to find your belly button. Let me fold down my leggings. You're going to find your belly button. You're going to go about 2 inches over and 2 inches down. That's where you're going to press. That spot is normally so sensitive as soon as you start touching it, just because a lot of people have really tight psoas muscles. So same on the other side. You're going to find your belly button, 2 inches over, 2 inches down. Now left side isn't as bad, but it's still a little tender. Be sure to breathe. Good. Our next one is it's the crown of our head. This will awaken your glute muscles, which is so interesting to me. So here you're going to find the point where your skull meets your neck. So it's mine is still right along my hairline. It's maybe like a centimeter above the nape of my neck. And you're going to go to the right. And then you're going to hold at your jaw and pull that muscle forward. That one is also really tight on me. And other side. This stuff is really cool to me. The person that showed me is my personal trainer, and he has completely sold me. I'm holding that cheek muscle forward. Good. If you want to do it with your thumb, you just create that motion right there, and you just press and drag. Good. And when you get to your jaw, you're just going to press and hold. Good. Other side with your thumb. Good. Now, let me get my little sheet of paper so I can go over the rest. So this is in zones. There's 3 zones. One moment. Oops. I thought I had the image saved. I did not. Let me look it up. One second. This is a long website, I'm so sorry. So once you awaken these muscles through RPR, you can test them, and the tests are really cool. I can't do the tests unless I have somebody here with me, and I don't. So that kind of stinks, but it'll be okay. Here we go, I found the sheet. Okay, next we're going to, so we already awakened our diaphragm, we awakened our psoas, and we awakened our glute muscles. Next we're going to awaken our hamstrings. You're going to go over the top of where your butt bone is, so right here, and trace over the bones that would create butt dimples or back dimples. You're going to trace over those muscles pretty aggressively and create almost like this M shape. And if you want to use your thumb, go ahead. You can use it just like that, same thing. Next, we have what will turn on your quad muscles. So you're going to be here in this hip bone right here. Next, we're gonna saw our body in half. So you'll be here, and you're going to take your finger, even I'm going to take my finger, and go from the muscles that protect your spine, start pressing there, all the way through that area, that space you have between your hips and your ribs. So we call this a body saw. Other side. Okay, and you're also going to get in a squat stance, kind of bend down. You're going to do kind of a chopping motion on your inner thighs. Okay, next is our lateral sling. And so this one, you're going to find the top of your hip bone and you're going to rub up. It's easier if you kind of have all the weight in your big toe and you curve up on that muscle right there and you trace that hip bone all the way back and then all the way back forward. Same thing with your finger. You can easily do this with your finger. Just make a fist. Okay. Other side. Okay, we've got that one. There is one of these that you do need somebody to help, but I don't have anybody here. Next, we're going to do our calf. You're going to find the top of your ribs and you're going to go down and press right in there. This is another one that's very sensitive to a lot of people because a lot of people have tight calves. Other side. Good. Now we're going to find this point exactly on our back. The back one kind of tickles. And the other side. Good. So that just awakened your calf muscle. There's also one you can do on your calf. If you have a seat, don't flex your calf. Just have a seat and you're going to press in and find like 5 or 6 points to press in and all the way down and kind of trace the outer part of your calf. Good. Good. One more to wake up our quads. We're going to take this. We're going to outline this quad muscle. So you can just rub and do like a hook right here where the quad connects to the knee. And same one on the other side. Okay, and next we're going to do our lat muscles. This is really interesting. So what you're going to do is right underneath your bra strap, is where the spot is for women. So it's going to be right underneath men's pec muscles, and there should be a spot. There it is. It's kind of, it's on your ribs, but it has a little bit of muscle to it, and that's what you're going to press. I'm just using my fingers. This is another one that's typically pretty tight for people. Good. Doesn't take long. Next, we're going to do the neck. So you're going to take your RPR stick and you're going to, or your finger, and outline your jaw. So those tight jaw muscles, awaken those, it will help your neck. And other side. And the other one on your neck is you're going to trace your collarbones and rub up and down, or side to side. Other side. Good. Now we're going to do our rotator cuff. This is one of my favorites because I think it feels so good. You're basically going to outline where a tank top would go. So you're going to kind of get right in those pec muscles, and I think that's why it feels so good. So just trace back and forth a couple of times. And other side. Next, we're going to do our shoulders. I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Yes. Okay. You're going to make a bear claw, and you're going to basically scrape and press against your ribs. Now you're going to take your RPR stick and you're going to trace your pec muscle all the way to the inner part and other side. I don't know if I can get closer and you'll be able to tell how hard I am pressing. I'm applying a good amount of pressure on there. Now you're going to take your RPR stick and you're going to trace your lat, or from your lat, around your pec to your diaphragm. And now we've completed RPR. We're going to end with 5 belly breaths, and then we're going to complete some resets. So what you're going to do is take a step back. Good. Now for our resets, what we're going to do is we're going to start with 5-point rocks or 6-point rocks, so back and forth. Now we're going to take our left leg, extend out. Now we're going to take our right leg. Also, the bottom of my socks are so dirty because this floor is kind of dirty. So yeah. I'm not a gross human, it's just something. Just reminds me that I need to clean this floor. Next, we're going to come into a prone position. We're going to do neck knots. So head up, let your eyes lead the way, and down. Now we're going to do find your shoes. So you're going to look behind you. Neck is up in the front. And the last thing we're going to do is something called egg rolls, which they're so funny to me. But what you're going to do is lie on the floor, hold your knees, your eyes are going to lead the way. So when you go to the left, I'm looking to the left, and a little bit through, and then to the right. Let your knees fall apart at the top. To me, this feels so, so, so good. On your neck, on your back, really everything. Your hips. One last thing, we're going to get into a downward dog, and then we're going to stretch our hips. Let me check the time. Yes, we have time for this. So you're going to be in a downward dog. This stretches out your feet, so you can move your feet. Stretching your feet is also really important if you have tight feet. It can cause tight calves and other things. We're going to come down to our knees. We're going to sit back. We're going to come back up, widen your knees just a little bit, and sit all the way back. Remember to breathe. And come out of that. Walk your feet forward and come up one vertebrae at a time. Okay, we're done. I hope you guys kind of thought this was cool, and I know it's a little bit different, but it's really cool to me, and when you do these things on a consistent basis, you'll be able to tell a difference in your performance of exercises. Or I've had friends that have done this right before they go into the chiropractor, and they're like, oh my gosh, what have you been doing? Like, you're all good, and things like that. So do some more research on it, obviously, and I hope this was helpful, and I hope you feel recovered. I feel stretched and ready to go. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.